consider how technology is affecting the consumer, we have to consider now that the consumer has available to them technology as an information source, for example, and that's a very powerful enabling factor insofar as it permits people access to health information. There is a dangerous side to that as well, of course, and that is that a lot of the information that is available to that consumer either is maybe not appropriate to that consumer or is simply wrong information.
Technology is my whole life, and technology is affecting this change in multiple ways. We're going to see what I call soft sensors. So soft sensors would take biological signals from your body without you even feeling that you are wearing it. Also known as Internet of Things. And Internet of Things is, of course, when everything becomes wireless and it becomes ubiquitous and it just follows your life and it, gives you a great life.
We're going to see more and more health-capable people dealing with technology that will enable them to take measurements about the status of their health or illness, and then through even simple traffic light systems, manage those situations so they can have ever-improving health. So it will be a dramatic shift from measurement to management at the level of the consumer.
Infodemiology, which is a portmanteau of information and epidemiology. And its thesis is simple, and that is because of the very high level of consumption of information available through the internet, people will act upon that information appropriately or inappropriately, and as a consequence of that, there will be a health outcome. So if you think about that for a moment as an organization in the communications business, in collaboration with many of our clients, we actually have a responsibility, I should say duty of care, to ensure that the information out there in the public domain and being frequently accessed by consumers is right.
I think you look at all of these wearables where we can measure many of the body's vital functions and signs, heart rate, blood pressure, etc., already exist today. And we're already looking at software packages beyond apps that allow people to track these vital signs and take appropriate actions, medication or otherwise, to improve that health state.
At a basic level, the ability of customers to understand what's going on in all parts of the world, drive common knowledge, and it can be as simple as everybody knows everybody else's prices, and they can also adjudicate those very rapidly. So there's really not an area where you have a distinct advantage due to the fact that people can't understand what's occurring.
We keep talking more and more about how technology is forcing more and more familiarity. If you look at Facebook, Twitter, etc., the whole social world is causing people to be closer together. The most important thing that's happening is that a doctor and a patient can have an intimate professional relationship via their mobile devices. And that, for me, signals a whole cultural shift in how they communicate one-on-one, daily, or regularly, through camera, through short messaging. It sounds like it's basic, but actually, because you're driven by consumer demand to do things their way, the industry is learning very quickly that if they don't start communicating with consumers or patients in that manner, they'll become more and more distant.
Technology comes right the way through from discovery and early phase pre-launch through to how one communicates a launch to patients, physicians, how one communicates data to payers even, through a digital platform, through to the patient receiving their treatment and communicating with their physicians and other stakeholders on a day-to-day basis. It is the world of tomorrow, the world of today.